part of our lesson is reflex action. It is sudden, spontaneous, involuntary response to a stimulus. What is a stimulus? Any change in the surrounding, physical or chemical, that can generate a response is called a stimulus. The path along which a reflex action travels is called a reflex arc, or it is defined as the path along which reflex action is carried out is called reflex arc. A reflex arc has 5 components. The receptor, which is also called as the sense organ that receives a stimulus. This is the receptor, the first component of the reflex arc. The second component is a sensory neuron. The third component is the adjuster neuron. Fourth component is the motor neuron, and the fifth component is the effector organ. So reflex arc has 5 components. Receptor, which is a sense organ like skin, eye, ear, nose and tongue. Second component is the sensory neuron, which arises from the sense organ and goes to the gray matter of spinal cord. Third component is adjuster neuron, which is also called as interneuron, is present in the gray matter of spinal cord. Fourth component is the motor neuron that arises from the gray matter and goes to the effector organ. Effector organ is the organ that shows response to the stimulus, and the effector organ is always a gland or skeletal muscle. Types of reflex action. On the basis of control centers, the reflex actions are of 2 types: cranial reflexes and spinal reflexes. Cranial reflexes are reflexes controlled by brain, while spinal reflexes are reflexes controlled by spinal cord. Cranial reflexes are slow action responses, while spinal reflexes are quick acting. Watering of mouth on sight or smell of good food is an example for cranial reflex, while withdrawal of hand or touching a hot object is an example for spinal reflexes. Here the classification was based on control center. Brain and spinal cords are the control centers for these reflexes. Second type of reflex action based on previous experience: unconditional reflexes and conditional reflexes. Unconditional reflexes, they do not require any previous experience, and they are inborn reflexes, are there with us right from our birth. Sneezing, coughing, yawning and hiccuping are example for unconditional reflexes. Conditional reflexes are reflexes which are acquired by our body during lifetime. These actions are based on previous experiences. Initially, conditioned reflexes are voluntary in nature. When learning is being done, later after perfection, they become involuntary. In the initial stages, the conditioned reflexes are voluntary. Once it is made perfected, it becomes involuntary. Example: driving, swimming, cycling, etc. According to the number of synapses and complexity, reflex actions are of 2 types. One is simple and monosynaptic, second one is complex polysynaptic reflexes. Simple monosynaptic reflexes involves only sensory and motor neurons. Example: knee jerk reflex. Complex polysynaptic reflex involves sensory internervous and motor internervous. Example: cycling and swimming, etc. Mechanism of reflex action. How reflex action operates. The receptor receives a stimulus, and the stimulus is converted into a sensory impulse. The sensory impulse enters into the sensory neuron. travels through the sensory neuron and reaches to the gray matter of spinal cord. In the gray matter of spinal cord, the sensory impulses are taken over by the adjuster neuron. Adjuster neuron will analyze it and generates correct type of response and turns those responses into motor impulses. The motor impulses travel through the motor neuron, and on reaching the effector organ, the effector organ shows response to the stimulus. Effector organs are glands or skeletal muscles. What is the significance of reflex action? Reflex action, it has survival value because it helps the organism to adjust with ever-changing surrounding conditions. It also reduces the workload to the brain because majority of the reflexes are spinal reflexes. Thank you.